Alright guys, this week's video is going to be an important one. This is quite possibly the biggest, most consistent mistake I see people make when it comes to money and credit card debt. We've been doing this here at Total Debt Freedom since around 2003-ish, I think. So it's been a while. We've seen a lot of people, we've helped a lot of people get out of credit card debt. We've seen a lot of what happens with the credit card companies, the way they behave when people are in debt. But I think most importantly, the thing that holds most people back when it comes to debt is their beliefs, their belief system. And we've started to talk about it here, and this is the first time that I'm going to share it publicly with you guys, is most people have this preconceived notion. I'm just going to minimize this so I can show you what it looks like, which is essentially this picture here. People think that their financial situation is a beautiful thing, but it's really not, because once you wipe the makeup off a pig, you're going to be left with this, a pig. It is nothing more than a liability in your life. The problem is that most people are of the belief that they've got this. They have some wonderful thing that they sell to the world, that they hold of very high regard and value to the world, which is something that they value incredibly, but they're kidding themselves. They're lying to themselves, in fact. One of the things that most people do is they tend to believe their own BS. And they just don't understand the gravity of the pig that they're dealing with. You can put makeup on a pig, you can dress it up nicely, it's still a pig. It's not this thing of beauty. But too many people lie to themselves, and they tell outwardly to the world that it's an incredible thing and that it has some value. We see it all the time. I can be talking to somebody who's got a query or something they're stuck on, and it's almost like they believe that they've got great credit, an incredible relationship with the credit card companies that they owe, and so on and so forth. But nothing's further from the truth. I mean, all you have to do is ask your bank or the credit card company for a consolidation loan and see what they do. They don't do anything. They typically shun it off. They laugh it off, especially if you're in one of those scenarios where you're paying 30 or 40% interest on one of these incredibly high loans. Even some credit cards are now in default status around the 25% mark. But again, same people still outwardly hold to the public, to themselves even, that they've got this incredible credit rating, this remarkable, wonderful, beautiful thing that is nothing short of a pig that you have to wipe the makeup off. That is what you're dealing with right there. You're not dealing with something that's useful to anybody, including yourself. Most people are lying to themselves. Again, this is the biggest flaw that we see time and time again. People lying to themselves and outwardly to the world about the value they hold when it comes to their financial standing. One of the simplest ways that you can measure or even determine for yourself the true value, the true value of your credit rating and what your standing is if what you're doing has been going on for so long. Like, let's say it's been a year and you've been making payments at credit card balances and nothing has changed. Your balances haven't moved much. You've thrown most of it towards interest and nothing's moved. That's a good indicator you're dealing with a pig with makeup. Another very good indicator that you're dealing with a pig with makeup is if you're very close to or at your limit. What I tell people is, in order to manage good credit ratings, you want to charge no more than 50% of your limit. So if your limit's $1,000, you're going to charge more than $500 a month and pay it off when before your bill's due. But quite often, we'll see people project outwardly this remarkable story of this beautiful pig they have with pearl necklaces and earrings and lipstick and all the sorts of things like that. Let's see if we can move this out of the way here. Oh no, the pig in mud has taken up my entire screen. Get out of the way. And what they got is this over here. But if they're carrying balances for a long period of time on that credit card, let's say it's $900 a month on the $1,000 limit, or you have a line of credit and it's $12,000 and it's charged up to $11,500. Anytime you're getting close to the limit and you're carrying that balance for a long period of time, you're kidding yourself. What you're telling to the world is this thing over here is what exists, but that only exists in your mind. It doesn't exist in the reality of the world. So what I'd encourage you to do is examine your financial scenario. Again, the two biggest indicators that will show you that you're dealing with a pig covered in makeup is, have you been carrying the balance for a long period of time and it's not going very far very quickly, meaning you're not paying it off. And two, just do two like this. And two, you're at or close to your limits on the credit lines that you're operating. Your credit rating is in the toilet. You don't have a good credit score. Nobody's going to lend you money. Debt consolidation loans are not an option, and you're only lying to yourself. The only thing that you're doing by continuing to date this pig with makeup on it is you're lying to yourself. The only person that believes the story is you. Nobody else believes it. You don't believe me? Go into a bank and ask them for a mortgage if you're not a homeowner and see what they say when you've got a ton of debt that you're not paying off. That's the sort of, cold hard truth that needs to be told. So that's your cold hard truth bomb for today. I know that it's not a comfortable, sweet little story, but let's wipe the makeup off the pig, see it for what it truly is. Let's get rid of this lady and look at this and deal with it. If you need help, if you're stuck on something, give our office a call. The consultation's free. You can book it. There's going to be a link below in the video, and you can talk to our consultant and see if there's some way out. But I encourage you to do something about it. Wipe the makeup off the pig and see if what it really and truly is. See you guys later. Have an amazing day.